Hey, welcome back to Nights and Weekends with me, Marcus, your host. We're gonna hop right on into it. I am one of these people, and I've always been this way. I remember this back in freaking high school. I'm sorry, in college, and I still feel the exact same way today because the truth has not changed. You do not have a country if you do not have a border. And for the people who showed up to vote for Biden in 2020, this is on your shoulders because he was 100% clear as to what his plan was when it came to the border. Ed and Marcus, I know you didn't find this before, but throw in the clip from the actual Justice Warrior talking about what Biden wanted to do with the border.
Because Joe Biden wanted them to search the border, as he said.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
So we have that there. All right. So let's go ahead and hop on into it. This is what they wanted. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop on into it as to what's been going on with our border since since Biden became president, and also with this person here, Vice President Harris. So we can go to good old Snopes, which is, by the way, left leaning, but we're going to go here. 7.2 migrants have illegally crossed the U.S. border under Biden, exceeding the population of 36 states. True. These are the encounters, and we are going to talk about the number of getaways that have gone on at the border. But I had wanted to specifically go on ahead and let's talk about what's going on in cities like Aurora and what's going on in places like San Antonio. So, like how Trump said, we got these bad hombres, all right? We have these bad hombres. Tren de Aragua gang started in Venezuela's prisons and now spreads fear in the United States. Now, the damn AP, I'm going to just give you a heads up. They're also left leaning because you can tell by the way that they actually cover stuff. But we are going to hop on past that. Ed and Marcus, throw in the clip of what the gangs were doing in Aurora.
About the escalating gang violence, accusing local officials and media of downplaying the presence of Venezuela gangs in her community. Cindy Romero, who left her apartment earlier this year due to safety concerns, described the situation as increasingly dangerous. I feel like...
So, as you can see there, that was going on in the United States with your tax dollars, okay? They let these people in, and I'm sorry. I do not give a damn. If you voted for Biden, you're part of the goddamn problem when it comes to this specifically, because he said that we have to let these people surge to the border so that they can get on into the country if they are seeking asylum.
As he said,
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
No. But anyway, we have it here from the AP. Now, Trump said that these people were coming out of the prisons, and they were told by the media that that's false. But apparently it's true. So from this guy's article, Joshua Goodman, we're just going to go here. Now, more than a decade later, the gang has become a menace even on American soil, and has exploded into the U.S. presidential campaign among a spree of kidnappings, extortions, and other crimes throughout the Western Hemisphere tied to a mass exodus of Venezuelan migrants. Let me say this. How about we say they let the goddamn prisoners out of the prison and said, get out of here? How about we say that instead of saying that it's migrants? Because like that asshole does not know, if he's saying that it's migrants, send them all back. I'm part of deport all of them. Don't care. I'm sorry. I'm more concerned with people here. So as we can see here, this was going on in Aurora. And if this is from NPR. Now, like I've told you before, I was one of these buttholes in the past who thought, oh, I watch NPR. Oh, I listen to them. Oh, they are down the middle. No, they aren't. So here we go. Video of gang members in Aurora, Colorado. Apartment buildings had right-wing media declaring the city's takeover by Venezuelan gangs. Police say that it's hyperbole. Marcus, throw in the clip from J.D. Vance. And
people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened.
Martha.
I'm going to stop you. The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs?
So, again, let me make sure I say this again, okay? The folks on the left, at least the buttholes that are in the media, they will downplay all this. She said, "Oh, it's just a handful of things. These things should not be happening in America to taxpaying, I don't know about taxpaying, but to U.S. citizens whose government owes them an obligation of protection, period." Okay? But according to the media, it isn't happening, like here on NPR. And also, according to Martha Raddatz, it's just a handful of issues. So, let us see what this Tren de Aragua gang has been doing in San Antonio. This is from Spectrum News 1, because I refuse to pay for the Dallas news. Ain't happening. But here we go. According to DPS, the operation occurred in this apartment complex and involved more than 150 officers and agents. And 19 people, 16 Venezuelans and 3 U.S. citizens were arrested. Of those, DPS said 4 Venezuelans were determined to be members of the TDA and 1 a TDA enforcer. Marcus. There we go. Hey, add Marcus, future Marcus. Throw in the clip from Bill Maher from this past week.
Trump has a coalition of voters made up of A, people who really do like him, and B, people who think with all of his flaws, he's still better than far-left insanity. And the voters' big doubt about Kamala is, are you part of far-left insanity? The attack ad I see 10 times a day, and a question Bret Baier aimed at her on Wednesday, was about her saying in 2019 that she supported providing taxpayer-funded sex change operations to illegal immigrants in prison.
Okay. So people, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, we live in a world, better yet, you know what? Hey, I think Colonel Jessup could say it better than me.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg?
What that man said is the absolute truth, okay? We live in a bad world where you have to have men with guns standing on that wall, keeping bad people out and going after the bad people who are native-born citizens here. Okay? For the people who are going to vote for Vice President Harris, the thing is that what on the left will you actually say? What is your red line? Okay? And just FYI, for anybody who knows me in my real life, remember, folks, I didn't vote for Trump in 2016, but I bet that y'all voted for Democrats in 2016. I didn't. Okay? if you all think that this is A-okay, you know what? Have fun. But I have to give you a closing story here. My wife in 2020 was so against Trump, okay? So against him. It caused not necessarily a whole lot of arguments here in the house, but it definitely would cause that, oh, I don't understand why it is you want to wear this hat. I don't get it. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I take that back. I didn't have the MAGA hat in 2016 or in 2020. I didn't get it till like earlier this year. But the thing is that my wife said to me the other day, and I was blown away. She said that if she goes and votes, she's going to vote for Trump. And I was blown away. I said, are you for real? And I tried my best not to be a condescending jerk, because that's kind of my MO. I wish it wasn't. But even she said she's going to probably go vote for Trump if she goes and votes, because she's had enough of this. She's had enough of the illegal immigrants. And specifically, as a person like my wife who makes really good money, she's sick. And I hate to say this, she's sick and fucking tired, like I am, of going to work and seeing people get free stuff, especially folks who are not citizens of the goddamn country. It's unbelievable. You can go on ahead and take up in your own time. You can go and look up how many benefits that these illegals are getting, taking it out of the mouths of the legitimate citizens of the country. And FYI, I've been on the deport all of them. Okay. All of them. And another FYI, just in closing, if anybody wants to try to say that taking away birthright citizenship is a wrong thing, birthright citizenship does not apply to folks who are not citizens of this country. Ed and Marcus here. I just wanted to throw in really quick, because not a lot of people are actually going to take the time to go on ahead and look up the 14th Amendment when it comes to birthright citizenship, because the media would much rather just lie to you and completely take it out of its, I'm like, there. All right. And take it out of its proper context. So let us look here. This is the actual law. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. That means, just so that we're clear here, let me go here. That means that if you were a non-citizen, if your parents were non-citizens and they were not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, and then they have you, you should not be a citizen of this country. Point blank, period. That's what the actual law says. Back to pass, Marcus. It means that if you're not a citizen of this country, you cannot come here and have an anchor baby. I'm sorry. It sucks. It would hurt, but I would deport each and every last one of them. I will see y'all in a week. Bye.